Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is 9 o'clock. It's time for another video, and this is an extra special additional review that I'm doing because everybody in the world has been buzzing about this. This is Firefly. It's the latest trick to come out from Murphy's Magic, and I've had this now for about 3 weeks or something like that, so I've had a chance to play around with it. Ryland has had a chance to play around with it. Chances are when you watch this video, you're going to be very early. You might not have only heard about this, or you might not even know about it. So what this is, I'll tell you right now. This is by Titanas and by Murphy's Magic. And it is, as it says on the back of the box, with nothing in your hands, you summon a ball of pure energy, use it to enhance your magic, or use it as a standalone moment that feels ripped straight from the pages of a manga. That's what it is. It's kind of really interesting. I've had this for it's one of those tricks that's really fun to fiddle around with and play with. Now, two things before I start. Number one, everybody knows that I work with Murphy's Magic. I always tell people when they send me stuff, this has been sent to me. I did not pay for this. I'm also friends with Titanas. However, I'm going to be completely honest with you. And I've told Titanas and Murphy's Magic exactly the same thing. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But this was gifted to me by Murphy's. So take that as you wish. The other thing is, if you haven't seen the trailer, I'm going to start off by playing the trailer for you, so you can have a look at the trailer and see exactly what this is. And then after the trailer, I'll come back and I will go through exactly what you get and if it's any good.
Let me show you Firefly with empty hands. Now, I should mention, you don't have to wear a wedding ring. It's not really a part of the trick. But from nowhere, you can have a light appear right in between the palms of your hand. You can see how bright that is, yet whenever you want, you have that light completely vanish, leaving you once again with empty hands. And that is Firefly. It starts with a touch, nothing more. But in that moment, light obeys. Silent, instant, seamless. You don't just control it, you command it. Welcome to Firefly. Firefly by Titanas is a revolutionary new electronic device that allows you to produce lights in your bare hands. Built from the ground up, Firefly introduces Ghost Touch technology, which makes the activation so silent that only you know you've activated it. No thumb tips, no gimmicky rings, no switches. Just pure control. Use it on its own, or amplify the magic you already have. Perform hundreds of times on a single charge, and multiple modes for total control, or just set it and go. Firefly by Titanas is the ultimate evolution of light magic. This is the power of Firefly.
Do you believe in fairies?
Of course I believe in fairies. They're like the most beautiful thing. Look, check it out. You just kind of believe and they show up. Ah, they're so nice. You see, do you believe in them?
No.
No. What do you mean?
I don't believe in fairies.
No, you have to believe in them.
No, I don't.
You have...
No.
No. Where did they go? Please believe in fairies.
So that's the trailer. That's Firefly. It's the second trick that's come out recently by Titanas. The first was obviously Stitch, which was the kind of close-up illusion of the finger being sawn in half, and now we have Firefly. Now, people that are watching this, the first thing you're going to say is you're going to say, well, hang on a minute. You know, there's lots of different methods to make light appear and to produce light, you know, and there is. Ryland is a perfect example. He has light manipulation in pretty much every single thing he does on stage, and he uses Pro Light 3s. Pro Light 3s tend to be, as far as Ryland's concerned, the best way to produce and manipulate a light, bar none, right? They're very, very bright, they're very, very visual. Pro Lights are obviously built into a thumb tip. This particular prop here, that's not the case. It's completely different to anything that you've seen before. So the first thing you need to understand is it's very difficult to compare this to anything else because, you know, most of the light production type things take place inside a thumb tip. This doesn't. So it's very different. It's very unique to anything else out there. In essence, as you saw in the trailer, you can manipulate light. Now, there's 2 instruction videos in the tutorial. Each one is about 50 minutes long, so it's almost 2 hours of tutorial, about an hour and a half, 2 hours in total. And Javier Fuenmayor, who I have said on record many, many times, is one of the best teachers of magic I've ever seen. He's going to guide you through the process. Now, you're going to start off in the tutorial by learning what's inside the box. Now, that's the first thing you need to understand. What you have in the box is you have the actual gimmick itself, and you get the charging unit. I don't think I'm giving too much away by telling you that this is an electronic device. Something you are going to need to understand is the charging unit is American only. Javier goes through a few different reasons why that is, but it means that me in the UK, for example, charging this up, I had to get a UK charger. I had to get a UK adapter to be able to charge this up. It comes with a USB cable, but Javier advises you to charge it through the adapter that's included in here. So if you are outside of America, you are going to need to buy an adapter if you haven't got one to be able to charge up the gimmick. That's something you need to understand. So you get in the box, you're going to get the charging unit, you're going to get the Firefly gimmick itself, and then you're going to have a couple of different other things that give you options in terms of how to actually set this up. Because, well, actually, there's lots of different ways that Javier is going to go through as to how to set this up. The cool thing about this gimmick is because of its size, it's very, very small, it's very, very compact. Because of its size, it can hide in so many different ways, and there's so many different ways that you can have it in your hand in order to be able to accomplish the effects that you need to accomplish. I'm trying very carefully not to expose this as I do the review, so I'm trying to gloss over a few things here. But there's 2 different ways that they talk about how you can affix this. And the first way, honestly, I don't think that's a great way at all. So the first way that they suggest doing it is with something that would involve you. What am I trying to say here? The first way they suggest they use that you use to fix this to yourself, it's going to require you to turn around and set it up outside of the audience seeing. So in other words, you'd have to put your hands under the table, turn around, get this into position, and then turn around and do the trick, which is not ideal in all honesty. Now, Javier is going to go through a way or two of how you can do that out in the open, but I don't really think that's practical. So the first way, not so great. The second way, however, is perfect. It's fantastic. I don't even know why they went through the first method when the second method is so much better. So the second method, you can literally just get this into position in a moment's notice. You can literally just put your hands in your pocket, or there's various other ways of doing it, and you can get this into position, whatever the position might be, because depending on the routine you do, the position is slightly different. Now, the main effect, the main routine that you have on this actual Firefly project is the ability to make a light. So you kind of show your hands empty, you make light appear, and then you open up your hands and you show that the light's not there. So it's very different to like a pro light style thing. Now, something you need to understand, there is no sleight of hand there. However, if you're going to do this main technique where you make the light appear and then you bring your hands up here, you are going to have to be aware that there are going to be certain angles that you need to be aware of. So the angles are pretty good, but if you were performing in front of you, for example, you wouldn't want people sort of outside of 180. You definitely wouldn't want people standing next to you. Okay, now different routines on the project are going to have different angles. Some are better than others, some are really good, some aren't that great. But for that main routine, that production of the ball of light, when you get into this position especially, you can't have people behind you, you can't have people to the side of you. That's something you need to understand. Now, there are 3 settings on the Firefly Gimmick, and the first one, you're in control of it all the way through. So imagine a pro light, for example. When you have a pro light on your thumb, and you put your thumb and your forefinger together, you're going to create the light. When you move your thumb away, the light's going to disappear. It's the same thing with Firefly. The first setting, when you activate it, it'll be on. When you deactivate it, it will be off. The second technique is kind of semi-automatic. So you're going to press a button and it's going to have a delay time, and then it's going to come on, and it's going to stay on for as long as you want it to until you decide to switch it off. So if you see the moments in the trailer where light's being passed from hand to hand, that's on the second setting. The third setting is completely hands off. So with the third setting, you switch it on, for about 3 seconds, you wait, and then the light slowly fades on, and about 7 or 8 seconds later, it slowly fades off. So you have three different settings really, and Javier's going to talk to you about which are the best for which routine. Different routines have different settings that might be preferable to it. And you pick the one that's best for you. But in essence, the best part about this is that you can literally just come here, your hands can be seen empty, you can make the light appear, and then boom, you can vanish it. Now, they're going to go through a bunch of different ways of actually using this. They're going to go through a bunch of different ways of actually activating this, and so on and so forth. So, excuse me. So, for example, on the first video, they go through a card routine where you're going to have someone pick a card, and their card's going to appear, light's going to appear when their card appears. You can even have a phone that's kind of in your hand, and when you spread the cards and you've got to their card, the light on the phone is going to appear, because the cool thing about the Firefly gimmick is you can use it to make it look like a light is on the phone when in actual fact it's not. So you can have moments where they think the phone light is coming on when in actual fact it's not. So you could borrow a spectator's phone, for example, make the light go on the spectator's phone and make it go off without even going into their phone or their settings. There's a lot of really clever things that you can do with this because of how the gimmick is made. So that's something that's worth noting as well. They go through how to do a light bulb routine and make a light bulb magically come on without being screwed into anything and then magically go off. And that light bulb thing looks really, really good. It really does. Yeah, and on the second video, Javier's going to go through pretty much a metric ton of ideas, a ton of uses of how you can actually use this gimmick. And really ways that you can actually use the Firefly gimmick to enhance your own performances. So he's got really cool ways of doing a change of a coin into a bill, a coin bending routine. That's actually really good. A coin bending routine where it lights up in your hand and then it's bent. One of my favorite routines is this one where you make a light appears, and then it kind of just turns into a coin. Which looks amazing, and you can show the coin. You've got this one where you can make a ball of light appear, and then you move your hands out the way and the coin has appeared, and you can give the coin to the spectator. You've got this really nice version where your hands interlace like this, and the light appears in between your fingers. That one looks really good. In essence, I like what they've actually done with the trailer on here, on this project. And the reason I like the trailer is because what they've actually done is they've not gone for a live performance thing, which they could have done very, very easily. I think this would get great reactions. But what they've done is they've shown various different ways to actually utilize this gimmick, and they've shown it in various different applications. So the trailer is actually very honest insofar that what you see in that trailer, that's exactly what this gimmick can do. You're not going to do everything that's on the trailer. What you're going to do is you're going to go through the tutorials, you're going to pick all of your favorite routines, and you're going to think about how you can actually put this into your act and how it can be built into your act, and then you're actually going to be able to use this. Some people might want to use it just do the phone thing. Some people might want to use it to do the coin production. Some people might want to make light appear. I was speaking to Ryland about this, and Ryland's plan is to do this on stage as part of a longer light manipulation routine, because Ryland really likes producing lights on stage. He's got various different ways of doing that. He loves the idea of standing on stage and making a ball of light appear, having it vanish, and then maybe have something light up over there, and then he's into pro lights and he takes the light off. You know, it's completely up to you how you use this. There are a lot of applications, and Javier says on the project, you know, this is really, your imagination is going to be just all over the place with this project, because once you understand how it works and you understand what it's capable of doing, you'll think of so many different ways of actually using this.
You would not believe your eyes if 10 million fireflies lit up the world as I fell asleep. 'Cause they'd fill the open air and leave teardrops everywhere. You'd think me rude, but I would just stand and stare. I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns slowly. It's hard to say that I'd rather.
So the question then becomes, is it better than a ProLight 3? And the answer is yes and no. It depends what you want to use it for. If you're looking for a traditional, I'm going to pluck lights out the air type thing, the ProLight 3 is probably better for that. For just producing the lights and for example, dropping them in a bag or whatever, ProLight 3 is better for that. But if you're wanting to do kind of something a little bit more mysterious, where the light just appears in a ball and then vanishes and then comes back again, and you want to go through some of those applications that Javier goes through on Firefly, then honestly, this is the best thing to go for. There's really no right or wrong. I think this is very clever. I really like this. First of all, it's very practical. It really is. When you realize how small this is and the size of it means that it can be in so many different positions. So different routines will allow you to, and sometimes it's not even on your person. So with the coin routine, you can literally just have it set up on a coin, and you can just finger palm that coin at any point and it's set up and you're ready to go into this. So if you can finger palm a coin, you can do the trick. The applications of it are just limitless. The gimmick itself is really, really good. I've been using it for quite a while. I charged it up and I've been using it over and over and over again. Ryan has been using it over and over and over again. We've had to charge it a couple of times, but it's taken a licking and keep on ticking. I think you can take this to a gig, use it throughout the night, and you wouldn't have a problem at all. What's really nice about it is it's got this thing called ghost touch technology or something. It's something that Murphyson patented, and it's the whole idea of the button on the Firefly gimmick is completely silent. And that's the thing that activates the gimmick. There's really one button that activates the gimmick. You set the settings beforehand, and there's one button that activates the gimmick, and it's completely silent. You couldn't hear it. It's impossible to hear, which means that even if you're in extreme close-up conditions, as long as you're aware of the angles when it comes to the particular routine that you're doing, you're not going to have a problem at all. So yeah, I mean, I will be completely honest with you. I wasn't going to use this. I was going to end this review by saying it gets 79%. Because that's the highest mark I can give something if I'm not going to use it. But I then got through to the final trick on the project. 2 hours in, I got through to the two best routines on the project as far as I'm concerned, which is the coin bend and the coin production. And the cool thing about the coin production is you can make a ball of light, you can make a coin appear, and then you can just hand the coin out for examination. And what a great coin production to start a routine. As soon as I saw that it was sold, I was sold on it 100%. Takes up no pocket space. The gimmick is in place on the coin, and I can just do that and go into it at any point I want to. I was also sold on the coin bending routine. I thought the coin bending routine is great. I used to use CoinVex all the time. Don't really use it these days because people don't carry coins around with them. But I could very easily use this at the end of a Morgan dollar routine. I could take one of the Morgan dollars, show it, have them try and bend it, put it into my hand, big bright ball of light, and now it's completely bent and I can hand it out. I think that will get a stronger reaction as a jumbo coin. I also love, there's this nice little gag routine, if you remember Men in Black, where they neuralize you. Javier's got this great idea of taking a Sharpie marker and doing that same thing where you neuralize them. Now, I want to build a whole routine around that. I mean, obviously, if you've seen Men in Black, which is one of my favourite films, the whole idea is that is going to make them forget something. I love the idea of doing a routine where I'm getting them to forget something through the use of my Sharpie, which is actually a hidden neuralizer. I actually think that, as the premise of a trick, is brilliant. And watching his handling of the Sharpie and turning it into a neuralizer really inspired me and made me want to kind of come up with a routine that involves that premise. So, Javier, thank you. And that was just a throwaway at the end. Ultimately, bottom line, when it's all said and done, this is a great project. 2 hours of material, tons of routines, a really cool session at the end where Javi is going through a bunch of other ideas, tons of tricks, tons of routines, very easy to use. You'll be up and running with it in no time. It's great. I'm going to give it 95%. Ryland wants to do it as well in his stage show. He's got an idea of how to use it in his stage show, as you would expect. Ryland gave it 100% plus tooling. That'll, there you go. But ultimately, it's very, very good. So it is Murphy Studios. It is Firefly. It's available from your favorite magic dealer. And like I said, it is created by Titanas. I love the write-up about Titanas at the back. Created by Titanas, a master of the strange and unexpected, known for visual masterpieces like Titan's Finger, Stitch, Slide, and more. It's very true. Titanas, you're a genius. This is very, very good. I didn't know whether I'd like it or not. I'll be completely honest with you, but I am 100% sold. 95% from me, 100% plus tooling from Ryland. That is Firefly, and that's your bonus review for this week. So there you go, guys. That is another video in the bag. Thank you once again for joining me right here on Magic TV. Don't forget, you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. You can pick this up from your favorite magic dealer, and don't forget, if you want to actually join my online streaming platform, the Netrix, you go to thenetrix.com and you can get access immediately. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. My name's Craig, and this is Magic TV.